Hi everyone, it's Cards by Rachel here for the Stamp Stop with another card making tutorial using Sassy Club products. Today we'll actually make some ATC cards because if you guys haven't noticed yet, I'm addicted to making them. I find them so cute and fun. So I made one off camera as you can see, and we'll also make two on camera. I recently also bought some other shaped ATC dies, but the ones from Carline Design are definitely my favorite. So I'm using them again, cannot help myself. They're called rechthoeken squares. So yeah, they are just fun. I like the scalloped one very much. So we go again. First, we're gonna do the inking on our two ATC cards. I'm just using a grassy border from Lanvin in this case and my Stamp Market inks. I'm doing the grass in the shade Apple, and then I'll just move that, or I believe I do the second one as well, because it will get a different color sky, but it will also get grass in the same color, so I thought I'd do that already. So I don't have to switch between colors as much. Here I'm just realigning that grassy border to make sure we don't get any of our cobalt and navy on it. I thought I'd do a nighttime scene, same as that I did in the example ATC card. I always love a good nighttime scene, so it would be fun. And I hadn't used my Lisa Horton metallic inks in a while, so we will use that as well today to create some stars into our little nighttime sky there. I'm also using navy to go around that scalloped edge. Don't worry about the middle, it will get covered up anyway, so it's not really needed. And for our stars, actually, I will use a Hero Art Star Cluster stencil. It's an old one. I'm not sure if you can still grab it, but lots of brands have star stencils, so just use what you have. There's that Lisa Horton metallic ink. This is the gold one, and I'm using some Big Advance bouncers because I actually feel like with metallic inks, they work very nicely through stencils with bouncers instead of the brush. You just bounce it onto the paper, and I find because the consistency is a bit different with metallic inks that it actually works better to bounce them. Here we have some leaves. These are the tropical leaves die from Lanvin, and I'm using apple again for our card with a girl, and I'm gonna do forest for the one with our beast, just because it's a nighttime scene, so you know the leaves wouldn't get as much light. I thought it would be fun to use a darker color there. And now it's time to do the ATC for our girl, and I thought it would be fun to do some lighter colors, like a big contrast between the dark sky and this one. So I'm gonna use golden, mango, and party pink. So do a yellow, orange, and pink sky. And I'm also gonna do those on the scallop piece, just in a different order. Like the sky starts with yellow, and the scallop piece will start with pink and work its way down to yellow. I thought it would be fun to, if you layer them, to have like opposite colors of each other, apart from the mango, obviously. But also, wanted to mention that we will also do a card with this set. It's called Nitro, by the way. Nitro, I believe it's called in English. And it's from the, well, most recent Sassy Club release, unless by now the newest release is out. Then it's the the release before this one. You know, so, but at the moment of recording is from the newest one for me. And I thought I would do some HCs because I needed some more for, you know, you guys' orders. So I thought this would be a fun one to use because they fit quite nicely onto an ATC card. So thought that would be fun. But I also really wanted to make a card, especially since my husband Edward, owner of the Stamp Stop, really loves this. It brings back memories for him. He used to play this game quite a lot when he was younger. So when he saw it came out, the Stamp Set, he was already like, okay, you need to make a card for me with that set. So we'll definitely know the recipient of that card we are going to make later. Here you can see me attaching those tropical leaves to our smallest panel, and I will cut off the excess later. First I'm gonna attach them to our dark blue panel as well. You could cut off less of the leaves, by the way, if you just layer this panel on top of the scallop and then cut around your white border, basically. I decided for now to do it on this small border and cut them off there. But in hindsight, I probably would have chosen the other one because I feel like it would be nice to have them overlap a bit of the white edge as well. But you know, when you watch back a video, sometimes you see yourself do stuff, and then in hindsight, it's like, oh, I think that would have been cuter, but you know, it is what it is. This is still cute as well, I feel. So I chose all those tropical leaves just because I heard from Edward that there was like this caves level and a tropical level. So and I really love these tropical leaves, especially now it's going from spring into summer cards a bit. I see myself using these quite often again. It's one of my favorite dies to use in summer cards or tropical cards. So here we're just attaching those panels, and I'm going to do the same for our girl one. And then of course, what we need in life is splatters. So I'm just going to using this gold splatter from Spellbinders and just do a fair amount of splatters, you guys. I really went to town, basically. And here you can see I did color the girl and like the boxes of Nitro and stuff already off camera. Also a layer with my pencils. And we're now going to attach them. I did use some foam squares for the girl, one of the diamonds. What's that called? Gems? Gems. Yeah. And yeah, one of the gems, the totem head thing, and the girl, just to give it some dimension. Even though they're small cards, I always love my foam. I am the type of person who always makes sure I have like 4 extra foam, even if it's the big roll or the small squares. I always make sure I have them because I'm also always so afraid to run out. When I cleaned up my craft room a while ago, I actually found a lot of foam squares, and I was like, okay, this might be a bit too much. So now I have them in a spot where I can really see how much I have left and if I need to reorder, because I do like to have extras. Now we're going to color our beast here. I'm using my Olo markers. As always, you can see the colors on the caps there on the white piece of tape. And of course, the Olo European store is linked below. It is an affiliate link, so I would get a small commission if you buy through there. I would really appreciate it. And here boo, so, sorry. Here you can see I colored this pens blue, and then we're going to use this 04.6 and 04.3 to do his fur. I did color it quite basic because I'm not good with fur. I told you guys before, so I didn't want to ruin that image, so I just went with a bit of shading and you know, 2 colors, and with the pencils we'll add basically a 3rd color. And you could give him more texture if you are good at those things. I am not. But I still feel he looks really cute in the end with just the basic shading there. And as you can see, I sort of forget his nose. I'll do that with the darker color later. But I thought I would show this one coloring and not some of the other stamps, because he's the main character of this stamp set, so to say. So I thought it would be the best choice. How do you guys feel about watching me color? Because I'm gonna be honest, if I myself watch YouTube videos from other creators, I tend to skip the coloring part. But then again, I also heard a lot of people say that they do like to see it. So just let me know what you guys prefer. Because if you guys like it, I will obviously keep it in for next videos. If you guys don't like it, then I can just do all the coloring off camera. So let me know what you guys prefer. I'm really curious about it because, like I said, I do tend to skip it. But yeah, I also heard some people really like it. So just let me know, because I'm very curious about that. Or I might do like one video, I will show it, another one not. Yeah, just let me know. Here I'm using my pencils. I'm using Prismacolor pencils and Castle Art pencils to create some shading. I really like those. Here the dark brown wasn't like dark enough to shade that dark brown color we used, so I just used a black color there. And another marker pencil, of course. So here we use some really dark red, more of a Bordeaux kind of red, to shade our red pieces there. And again, the black for the dark eyebrows there, and a lighter brown for his fur. Then obviously we'll also add some of my beloved white highlights as always. And here we fix his little nose. I still forgot about it, you guys, but luckily I did spot it in time. I'm curious, do you guys sometimes use like pencils as well over your alcohol markers, or do you only use pencils? Like, let me know. I'm very curious about it. I think it gives a nice look, and as I said before, I kind of go in phases of doing it. Sometimes I take the time and effort to do it, and sometimes I just keep my alcohol markers. It also kind of depends on the images and just my mood basically. That finished the coloring for today. The only thing left is to remove the backings of our foam tapes and attach them to our ATC card. And then we have 3 ATC cards made with this amazing set. I think it's so fun in the tropical theme. There we go. And we will obviously show a close-up at the end of the video. Here I'm using apple again for my tropical leaves. And I'm going to use weathered wood and hickory smoked stress oxides, I believe, for the rock and the ground there. And here I'm also using some forest to add some shading actually. And yeah, weathered wood and hickory smoke indeed. And I'm just gonna cover that rock and the ground. I wasn't sure what piece of the ground I wanted to use yet, so I just inked all of it because it's too long for our mind die, but thought I would just ink it all then and kind of see what way it looks the best. And here I'm going to use weathered wood, hickory smoke, and black smooth. And the stress ink again for our mind die. I did it off camera. I did want to show the galaxy backgrounds because I got some questions about how to create them. I usually use purple, in this case orchid, but again any purple you want. Bright one would be best, I feel. And apple, green I always use as well. And then I just go over it with dark blue. And then you might think, yeah, but all the bright colors disappear. Yeah, they do a bit, but they still show through to give that nice galaxy effect, I feel. So I'm just gonna cover them all with navy, and then it looks like a hot mess. The thing with galaxy backgrounds, I feel, is always like it starts off looking like a hot mess, and when you add your water splatters and then your white splatters or your gold or your silver, it really comes to life. I'm just adding some water and let it seep in there for a bit, and then just take off your droplets with a clean paper towel. And then we'll use, in this case, our Spellbinders opaque white. And as you can see now, it really starts to come to life and looks like a very fun galaxy background. Here I've laid out all my images, and I'm just gonna attach them step by step because I do want to pop up that mind die, the frame basically, to give it some dimension. So now I'm just attaching everything that will be flat on top of it, and then we can add our foam tape behind it and just stick it down in one piece. That helps me so I don't have to remember where I wanted everything to go and like reattach it again. So here you can see I'm using that voodoo hat, Toto pole thing. I don't know what it's called, you guys. And here we'll attach some leaves into our background to, again, kind of stick with that nice tropical theme we have going. And one at the front and 2 at the back I believe. It just gives it that extra bit of dimension again. Off camera I did heat emboss in white to have a smashing day. And then we will cut off the excess of our topical leaf there. And we will add some foam. I do believe I did that off camera, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, there we go. Attach foam everywhere, and then we can attach it to our Galaxy background panel. I just love that you get a bit of that dimension that the cave is in front, you know. So, and we also add some foam to our beast here, because he will only touch that ground with his feet, and this way it's nicely secure when you place it. And then all that's left is just attaching the 2 boxes of nitro, and I decided to add a bit of extra rocks. They are also included in the Mine Die, which makes it very versatile. Also, our design team member Janneke Creatach on Instagram also used this Mine Die to make an ice cave, you guys. So, and she combined it with some polar bear stamps, but also a really fun idea to use it like that. That makes it more versatile again. And I feel like the mine works with so many sets we have in the shop, but an ice cave makes it even more versatile to use. And here you can see me adding that second rock, or well, the same rock, but I just cut it in two, and we'll cover off that ugly edge at least with our nitro boxes there. And we'll add our last gem, and that is basically it. That is our card. Here you can see a close-up of our Smashing Day card and of the ATCs we created today. I hope you had fun watching this video. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments or send me a PM. Thanks everyone for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff, of course. It really does help the channel grow, which will be awesome. Wish you all a crafty day. Bye.